Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So back out here on the training pitch, going to be working on some dribbling today. So a full dribbling training session. And if you do these 5 drills in your individual sessions, you're going to cover all the different aspects of what makes a successful dribbler. So we're going to be tackling some close control dribbling, some dribbling at speed, some turning with the ball, some changes of direction, all of the different areas just in these 5 drills. So as always, I'll show you guys how I set each of them up, as well as give you recommendations on sets and reps. All you need is about 8 to 10 cones. If you don't have cones, use other objects like roll up a pair of socks or something just as markers, and of course you need a football. So if you've got all those things, let's get right into the first drill. The first drill in today's dribbling training session is the cone weave. So this is how I like to set it up. So I place 1 cone down, take 3 steps out in front, and then I place 6 cones all 1 step apart. So tight gaps in between them to really challenge our tight ball control. And then I take another 3 steps after those 6 cones to place my final cone. Then starting at the first cone we place down, we're dribbling out and weaving in and out of those 6 center cones. So the goal is to try and get touches with all the different surface areas of both feet. So as you can see, going out with the right foot inside and outside, then all the way back to the start. Then each time I reach the start, I'm changing up the exercise. So now I'm going out with my left foot. I'm also going to get some touches with only the inside of my foot and also incorporate some sole rolls as well. So these are just 5 examples of exercises you can use during the cone weave, but I actually have a whole video dedicated to cone weave exercises containing over 30 in total. I'll put a link to that on the screen right now, but these 5 exercises allow you to cover all the different surface areas of the foot. So it's basically a dynamic ball mastery. I like to do these at the start of my dribbling training sessions just to gain touches and confidence with all the different surface areas of the foot. A perfect way to warm up before moving into some more dynamic, more advanced dribbling drills. So what I typically do is I dribble there and back for each exercise, complete those 5 exercises in total, rest for 20 to 30 seconds, and then repeat 3 times. Drill number 2 is the diagonal dribble. So we place 1 cone down, turn 45 degrees and take 6 steps out to place our second cone. Then we turn 45 degrees in the opposite direction and take 12 steps this time to place our third cone. Then we turn 45 degrees one more time in the opposite direction, 6 more steps to place our final cone. Then starting at the first cone we place down with the ball, we're going to be dribbling out around each cone diagonally. So trying to keep the ball sharp and tight around those corners. And as you'll notice, I'm trying to take a touch of the ball with every step. I'm not just knocking the ball out in front of me and chasing after it. We're really trying to find a balance of speed but also close control. So what we do is we nudge the ball with the outside of our foot, really trying to take a soft touch of the ball with every step while traveling with speed. So trying to make the ball look like it's an attachment of our body, almost like there's Velcro or super glue between the ball and our foot. That's going to be a more effective dribbling style when you're dribbling at speed, but you've got pressure from defenders. It's going to be a lot more difficult for them to take the ball from you. So as you can see here, I dribble all the way out to the end and back to the start, place my foot on the ball, then I rest for about 20 to 30 seconds between each repetition. Then I'm going out twice with the right foot and twice with the left foot. If you can get a balance on both feet in terms of your dribbling, you're just going to be a more effective player, trying to increase the abilities of your non-dominant foot and get it as close to your strong foot as you possibly can. Then once you've done 4 reps, we can move into drill number 3. Drill number 3 is the square dribble. So to set it up, we place a cone down, we take 8 steps out in front, put down our second cone, then we turn 90 degrees, take 8 more steps to place our third cone, then we take a 90-degree turn one more time, another 8 steps to place our 4th and final cone, and this forms a square. Then you can start with the ball at any of the 4 corners. Then once again, we're going to dribble around the outside of the square, trying to keep the ball as close to our foot as possible, taking a touch of the ball with every step, then cutting the ball 90 degrees around each corner. So as you can see on the way out, using the outside of my foot to cut the ball 90 degrees sharply. Then once we get back to the start, we turn 180 degrees and then go back in the opposite direction, this time using the inside of our foot to cut the ball 90 degrees around those corners. So we're going to dribble all the way around the square. Then once we get back to the start, turn and go in the opposite direction. And once we get back to the starting point, we put our foot on the ball, rest for 20 to 30 seconds. Then we're going to repeat twice with the right foot, then we're going to repeat twice with the left foot. Again, just trying to increase those abilities with our non-dominant foot. The more you can do with your non-dominant foot that your dominant foot can do, you're just going to be more of an effective player on the pitch. So as you can see, still trying to take a touch of the ball with every step, trying to stay sharp around those corners, and even when I'm turning 90 degrees, trying to be as sharp and efficient, making sure there's not a lot of time between the time that I've stopped the ball and then accelerating once again. So once you've gone out twice with the right foot and twice with the left foot, we can then move on into drill number 4. Drill 4 is square turns, so we're using the exact same cone setup we used for drill 3. This time, instead of cutting the ball 90 degrees around each corner, we're actually going to perform a full 360 degree turn. So as you can see on the way out, I'm actually using the outside of my foot to go all the way around each cone. And once we get back to the start, it's a sharp 180 degree turn. Then we go back around the square in the opposite direction, this time using the inside of the foot to perform the turn around each corner. And once we get all the way back to the start, we're going to put a foot on the ball, then we're going to rest for 20 to 30 seconds, and then we're going to repeat twice going out with the right foot, rest, go out twice with the left foot. So we're getting a good balance on both feet, using the inside and outside of both feet, being sharp, both turning with the inside the foot and outside. And as always, we're trying to get a good balance between our right and left foot. You're going to be a more successful dribbler if you have the ability to control the ball at speed and with precision using both of your feet. You're going to be twice the player. So as you can see, keeping the ball nice and sharp around those corners. We don't want the ball to get away from us. Taking a touch of the ball with every step like we have done in previous drills. We're not knocking the ball out in front of us and chasing after it. We're trying to find a good balance of speed and close control, and making sure those turns are nice and sharp as well. If we can cut the ball sharply, we're going to be more deceptive when we're changing direction in a match, and we're going to be much harder to defend against. So once we've gone twice out with the right foot and twice out with the left foot, you can either add more repetitions to this one, but however many repetitions you decide to do, make sure you're doing an equal amount on your right and left foot. But having this 360 degree turn in your locker is very effective in itself. You'll see players like Xavi, like Iniesta, use this all the time to lose the defender in the middle of the park. So if you can get sharper on the turn, you're just going to throw that defender off balance and be able to get away from them. Drill 5 is Shuttles. So here's how I set it up. I place down a cone, I take 5 steps out in front to place another cone, take another 5 steps to place a third cone, 5 more steps to place a fourth cone, and then what I'm going to do is turn 90 degrees, take 2 steps across, place down another cone, then I'm going to do the exact same thing in the opposite direction. So another 5 steps, place a cone, another 5 steps until I've got all the way back to the start and placed cones opposite the ones we already placed down. And that forms our 4 gates, which we're going to use for our shuttles. So starting at the beginning gate, we're going to accelerate out to the first gate, turn sharply 180 degrees with the ball, accelerate back to the start. Then we're going to go out to the second gate, so we're dribbling a little bit further this time, back to the start, then all the way out to that final gate. So as you can see, the distance of the dribble increases with each repetition. And once we get all the way back to the start, we place our foot on the ball, rest for 20 to 30 seconds, then we're going to repeat 4 times in total. So a very simple drill, but really effective for working on those sharp turns, which is an essential part of dribbling. If you have the ability to dribble in one direction at full speed with the defender alongside you, then you can turn sharply on the ball 180 degrees. You're going to use that defender's momentum against them, and then you're going to have more time and space to accelerate in the opposite direction, which will give you more time and space to make your next move. But with these turns, try and switch them up as often as possible. Sometimes use the outside the foot to cut the ball, sometimes use the inside the foot. It doesn't have to be anything too complicated, but make sure you just have a couple of turns in your repertoire that you can perform sharply that's going to get that defender off balance. Really good session there, guys. As you can see in just those few drills there, we're covering every aspect of dribbling that's going to improve your performance on the pitch. So we covered acceleration with the ball, turning, change direction, all the different aspects that's going to make you a top level dribbler if you incorporate these drills into your training sessions regularly. But as always, guys, if you did enjoy today's video, make sure you smash that like button, hit the subscribe button for weekly training videos, and I will see you guys in my next video. So there we go guys, I hope you enjoyed today's drills, and if you did, I would recommend checking out Magnetico, which is my very own 7-day ultimate close control dribbling training program. I'm going to put a link on the screen right now which will take you over to day 1, which is absolutely free for everyone on my YouTube channel, and if you want to get the full 7-day training program, I'm going to put a link in my description box below which will take you over to my website where you can get the full program, guaranteed to take your close control dribbling to the next level.